Good morning. My name is CK and I am with MyCreditBoost.com. I work with an incredible team of experts who have a strong credit restoration and funding background. We do offer legitimate and legal services. We offer this to our clients, the average citizen, and also to our brokers that we work with. We try to help our brokers build a legitimate business so that way they can have a legal and profitable service to offer. I'm doing this video because there's been a great deal of confusion about the legality of the credit profile number, or also called the credit privacy number, or even the secondary credit number. They're known as CPNs or SCN'S. Now I know, like you, I've heard a lot of different things about these numbers. I have personally thought about adding them to our service, but if you'll notice on our website, we no longer say that we'll offer them. What we have done is I personally did a little bit of research on. I listened to Jason here on with his legal CPN. Listened to a lot of his videos. He has probably more than a dozen videos and such out here. And I heard what he had to say, and I listened to what other people had to say. I looked at their videos, I looked at their websites, and they mentioned how the FBI said, hey, this is okay. You guys can do this. This is only another 9-digit number that the current laws allow you to use. And so people have taken some of this information and actually misconstrued it. And they say it's basically okay. Like I said, we do offer legal services to our clients, meaning that, for instance, we have a couple of members of our teams. They have gone through their FBI background checks, and they actually stay in contact with some of the FBI agents in order to make sure that our lending practices are legal and the way they're supposed to be done, that our documents are right, and that we are not breaking the law, because there are also a lot of people out there that are attached to these CPN companies that are not offering the lending legally. It has to be done right, or else you are breaking the law, or they are breaking the law. And this is also for you brokers. When I had first heard about the CPN, I had proposed to bring them onto our company. I saw them as a great way to help our clients get out of debt. So we would have a client that came in for credit repair. Maybe they had $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 worth of debt. Then you would have a client invest $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 or so. We've heard of people investing $5,000 and $10,000 in the CPN. Invest that money into a CPN, build up trade lines, get the funding and lending, fix the credit, get those scores up, and then our clients are in a better position. So I'm going to deal with that in a little bit. Some of my team's thoughts on that, and the FBI's thoughts on that, by the way. So I went ahead and I again looked at Jason's site. I tried to make contact with him on the Legal CPN website, and went over there and could not get a hold of him on his phone number. Tried several times, and then we tried with our emails. We have a lot of brokers and team members that we work with, and so there would be a high amount of volume that would go through. So we tried to email him, and then we tried his live chat. We had live chat up several times for 2 to 5 hours with no response to the emails or anything like that. I went ahead against my better judgment, and I ordered 2 sets of orders. The first order we did not receive for 2 or 3 weeks. You would think, why would I want to do anything further with them? Well, I didn't. And so I went to his website. Actually, no, I didn't go to his website. I went to his YouTube videos, and I absolutely said that we did not receive the information within 3 business days, as he has promised. He was well overdue. And I volunteered my number out there, and I said I would recant all of my statements if he had set things right. Okay, my information is still out there, you would be able to see it if he had not blocked the comment section. The reason why he blocked the comment section is obvious. There were a large amount of complaints. This was not many years ago. This was just a few months ago and several months ago, and even as little as 30 days or less, I received telephone calls. This is almost the end of January of 2016, and I had received complaints against Jason not following through on his promises. This is why this man has blocked many of the ability to comment on his sites. So when I put my information out there, I began to receive phone calls from various people. One individual, C. King, he called me. I believe he is from Illinois, and he received a visit from the police and was charged with identity theft by using one of those numbers from him. So understand this. We also found out a close friend of mine and a competitor of mine, which is a friend of hers, also wanted to do what I was doing. Hire Jason to use his services. So he purchased a number, found out it was somebody else's number, because what we ended up doing, I got off track, we skip traced all of these numbers and found out they were actually other people's socials. So this young man who had a website and a business and was trying to grow his business went to Jason, actually got Jason on the phone. Jason recorded the call, made a video, and blasted this man's website saying that Jason's CPN number was someone else's number, and said that it was a bad number. That's pretty scummy of Jason. But this is the kind of man that we find out that we're dealing with. I managed to get a hold of Jason. We spoke for quite some time after explaining very calmly, like I'm explaining to you now, what we saw, that I received a phone call from Mr. King, that I received various other complaints, to include an investigator from the state of Michigan. Jason began to accuse me of being someone else, not who I said I was. I told him I was calling him out with professional courtesy, because there is obviously an ongoing issue, and that because he has made himself a name out there, that it would affect the whole industry, and he needed to get his house in order. And if he could get it in order, we would love to team up with him and work with him. I mentioned what we found directly, with us, that we did not receive our products on time. And that, by the way, after 3 weeks, again, we did receive that number. The second said we did receive them on time. But again, what good are the numbers if they belong to some child? After we explained this to him, he did not acknowledge that, which says a lot. I told him the numbers belong to someone else. He absolutely did not acknowledge it. He did not offer a refund. He did not offer to make things right. Further, I received other calls about his trade lines not posting, and that he was just taking people's money. I've heard where some people did receive good services. Either way, it was not a very good experience. As I mentioned before, that we do have folks that work with the FBI. After speaking to one of my lenders, she had a personal friend that has served about 18 months. She was actually released early for good behavior, but she was brokering CPNs, and she was charged with it was only one number, and even though the client had burned the file, so to speak, stole $80,000, she was charged with over $1 million. Why? Because that was the potential of the number. So you brokers, be careful out there. You could find yourself in trouble. The FBI, according to our two sources, direct sources with the FBI, they say these numbers are not legal. It is absolutely illegal. If you look here on this page, we're talking about the 2008 crisis that we had, where the housing bubble busted. Years before that, probably the late 90s, early 2000s, people were using CPN numbers. I would like to also direct your attention here on the Office of the Inspector General of the Social Security Administration. This is not some .com, this is a .gov website. When you go further down, you will see that, obviously my page is not agreeing with me right now, so please forgive me. Further down, you will read and see that the Office of the Inspector General says that these numbers are illegal. That is huge because this is a Social Security Administration website. These are the people who govern these numbers. And they go over case after case after case saying that these numbers are not right. The FBI talks about how it's fraud. A gentleman asks on this website, are these numbers illegal? I pay my bills and everything like that. What does he say? This attorney says a lack of knowledge about the law is not an absolute defense. Understand that ignorance will not get you out of trouble. The Attorney General of Louisiana, they had a huge deal go down. Look at this. This was just last September. A man was arrested and was charged with selling over 100 to 300 children's Social Security numbers. He got his numbers. I spoke to the man. He got them from Jason from Legal CPN. Do you think late Jason has stepped up to help this man? Again, he says that these numbers are illegal. A CPN is a 9-digit number that appears to look like a Social Security number, illegally sold to consumers with the promise of erasing bad credit. In other words, there is no quick, easy fix. Do your homework, folks. This gentleman who I just spoke about, he got himself in trouble. He was busted also by ABC. They call it synthetic identity fraud. What happens is, and this is what I also believe, is that Jason and others, these people claim that they are skip tracing, LexNexing, and so on and so forth, these numbers. That absolutely, obviously, is not the case because this man from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, was charged with 100 to 300 cases of identity theft. That tells me that they are not safe scanning these numbers. They are not skip tracing these numbers. They are not doing what they say they're going to do. Folks, there is no real quick fix out there. Don't be fooled. Yes, you will have websites that will say, hey, it's okay because of the Privacy Act of 1974, you don't have to reveal your number. Absolutely. But you also cannot, they can also refuse to give you the information. Understand, there's no quick fix, folks. There is not a quick fix. Jason has, obviously my videos are not working. Look at his websites. There is a young lady on there who they hired to record a message on a background that is saying that, hey, it is absolutely okay to get these numbers. Because Fannie Mae says that a CPN is just another 9-digit number. Fannie Mae also said that the CPNs were also a huge cause of the housing crisis. Understand that. There will also be another gentleman right after that video who says that he quotes from the highest source, the FBI, from 2008, a source from 2008, that's saying that the numbers could be legal. From my understanding, if you have a legal CPN, you have to go directly to a law firm. You have to use your actual social, and the law firm, will get this done for you. You cannot go to Jason's website and get it done, or any other website, or to my website and get this done. CPNs done wrong are very illegal. Those CPNs that are offered by law firms are not cheap, and they are connected to your Social Security number, because if you default on the loan, there will be immediate consequences to defaulting on the loan. You're talking thousands of dollars to have this legally done. Why not take less than $1,000? Give us a call at 888-774-3664 and repair your credit the right way. There is no quick fix. And why we're speaking about credit restoration, understand that if you have the wrong credit restoration services, folks, that will get you into a lot of trouble. The wrong type of credit restoration, these quick, easy credit sweeps, could end up haunting you. They can cause you time in jail and time in court. Many of them use the identity theft method in order to do the credit restoration. And many of them will not tell you they're doing that. So what ends up happening is that when you file your credit restoration, they say, oh no, we're not using the identity theft method. What ends up happening is that many of them will use the identity theft method, and they'll successfully remove those negative items. But then those companies, because it is not true identity theft, they have the right to come back and sue you. And so 180 days later, all those items, if not sooner, will show up back onto your credit report. They'll show up with a vengeance, and you may be brought to court to be sued and placed in jail. This is very serious stuff. You need to have your credit restored the right way and the legal way. And yes, it is usually a slow way. If you have true identity theft, then absolutely, you need to do this. Now, we offer our services. We're very inexpensive. Well under $1,000. We try to set this up so that a broker can make money, and so also that you as a consumer, you do not have to spend a lot of money. Now, according to the FTC, we are not allowed, people in the credit restoration, credit repair business are not allowed to guarantee results. What we can tell you is that we have seen results with our services even as recently as 2016. Our services work. It is not a quick process. It's a 30 to 90 day process. But during that time, we're restoring your credit, you are building new credit, you're enhancing your good credit, and we have seen scores in the mid 700s in 60 to 80 days. It's a huge jump, but you have to do it the right way. Follow our instructions, will help you. So in essence, in this video, what I am encouraging you folks to do, if you have a CPN, keep paying the bills, pay it on time, pay off all those accounts, close your CPN up and walk away from it, never use it again. If you are looking for a CPN, don't. Get your credit restored. If you currently have a CPN and you have a fair amount of debt on there and you're going to need help paying it off, my advice, restore your credit, get it repaired properly. Do this. Restore your credit. Then at the end of 90 days, we can try to help you get the funding to consolidate that debt off of your CPN. Pay all that debt off. And then from there, close that CPN up and don't use it. Folks, it's not worth it. What would happen to your family or your life if you went to jail for identity theft or fraud? It's not something you want to do. So please give us a call at 888-774-3664 or at lfhtoday@gmail.com. That's looking for help today at gmail.com. lfhtoday@gmail.com. Again, my name is CK from My Credit Boost. You can reach me at 888-774-3664. We would love to help you. God bless and have a wonderful day. Do the right thing.